The quiz show that demands nothing less than perfection. Behind this screen, the four contestants will be hoping their knowledge is flawless because one single mistake could give the game away. This is perfection. Hello, and welcome to Perfection, the quiz show where only perfect play is good enough. Behind me are the contestants. We call them the usual suspects. They're in our isolation room. In a moment, we'll find out which one of them has been randomly selected to join me here to play Perfection. They will then face a series of true or false statements. For example, if I said the planet Mars has 2 moons, would you say that's true or false? Well, if you'd said true, I can tell you you'd be right. Answering true or false might seem easy, but if the contestant gets a single answer wrong, their opponents, the usual suspects, will be allowed into the game to capitalise on their mistakes. So, you know how the game works. Let's meet the usual suspects.
Hi, my name is Jeff. I'm from Tunbridge Wells, Kent. I'm a firefighter, and this is my first game. Yes!
Hi, I'm Pat. I'm from Seaford in East Sussex. I'm a retired bank official, and this is my 3rd game.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm from Blackpool. I'm an insurance paraplanner, and this is my 2nd game.
Hi, my name's Graham. I'm from Rye in East Sussex. I'm a self-employed joiner, and this is my 6th game.
Best of luck to you all as we now find out which one of you has been randomly picked to play Perfection. Chris, it's you. Please come down and join me. Chris, welcome to the show. Let's have a little chat, find out a bit more about you. You're a bit of a foodie.
Yeah, I always cook.
A good cook?
Yeah. Well, my fiancée would say I was a good cook, I hope.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned the fiancée because, because you're a little bit accident-prone, aren't you?
Yeah.
One of the more unusual proposals, this one. Do you want to explain what happened?
I knew I was going to propose, so got everything ready, got the ring, yada, yada, yada. Rolled down a hill, all by accident, of course, hit my head on a tree, and then basically said, I know I've just sort of knocked my head, but I'm going to sort of do what I came here to do and propose.
OK, listen, Chris, we better get on with it. It's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates. They're now your enemies. Their job is to stop you from winning the prize fund because your failure will mean the prize money rolls over to the next game where one of them could be playing for a bigger total.
Yeah.
Every game on Perfection is worth £1,000. Here's the great news for you. Nobody has won the last 6 games, so the prize fund currently stands at £7,000. So what will you be spending it on?
Wedding.
Is that right?
Yeah. Not any plans yet, but it'll go towards the wedding fund, yeah.
Right, maybe at the bottom of a hill would be...
Yeah, that'd be probably a good idea, on the side of a hill, one of the 2.
Well, yeah, well, it's not going to be cheap, that's for sure. So best of luck with winning the £7,000. Here's how the game works. You'll play 3 rounds and then a final. Every round that you achieve perfection will make the final easier for you. However, if your performance is anything less than perfect, the usual suspects here will have a chance to step in and steal the round, making the final much harder for you. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now so you can't see or hear anything. Chris, when they're like this, you can talk through your answers without giving away any vital knowledge, OK?
Yeah.
Each round consists of 4 true or false statements. You'll be answering against the clock. You'll only have 45 seconds, and once you've given an answer, your first answer, it will be locked in. Understand?
Yep.
You ready?
I am.
Then let's play Perfection. Round 1, your 45 seconds starts now. Louis XVI was the last king of France.
The 16th. Never heard of a number beyond that, so I'm going to say true.
True. In US currency, a quarter is worth 25 cents.
Yeah, true.
True. Eddie Murphy was born in the 1970s.
False.
False. And finally, a standard Scrabble set comes with 2 blank tiles.
True.
True, and with time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements. That sounded like a very positive round, and you spent the time in the right place thinking about one you weren't sure of.
Yeah, I'm not sure I got my masters for C though, so.
But that's the only worry, is it?
I'm a bit dubious on A, but the rest I think I'm okay on.
All right, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, it's time to bring back the usual suspects, and don't forget they'll be able to hear you. So here are the 4 statements, and next to them are Chris's answers. Graham, what do you reckon? Perfection?
I'm struggling with question A. I think that is wrong, so I think that should be false.
What do you think, Pat?
Yes, I agree with Graham. I think there was a 17th and possibly an 18th.
Jeff, what do you think?
I probably have to agree with Graham as well, because I haven't got a Scooby-Doo and then they're my questions to be honest with you.
Fantastically honest, Jeff. Thank you very much.
Got to be.
Chris, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. 3 out of 4 is not bad, but it's not perfection, and it means you've let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Can you steal the round? You can see Chris's answers. You need to have a discussion about which one to change.
We agreed on A, yes.
Yes, I think so.
Can
yes.
we change A to false, please?
A from true to false, leaving B, C and D as answered by Chris. Thank you very much, usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are. Louis XVI was the last king of France. True or false? Yes, it is false. Very well done, usual suspects. After the revolution, they briefly brought the monarchy back. In US currency, a quarter is worth 25 cents. True or false? True. Eddie Murphy was born in the 1970s. True or false? False. Born in the 1960s, in actual fact. 1961. A standard Scrabble set comes with 2 blank tiles. True or false? It's true. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Chris, they managed to succeed where you failed, and they've stolen the round. That's very good news for you, usual suspects. You can make things tougher for Chris in the final. Let's have a look at your final board. It's appearing before you now. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories. Here are your final round category options, starting with distance, running through painting, the army, and on to mythology, with many more in between. Now, if you'd have won that round, you'd have the opportunity of adding 2 categories of your choice to the board. But you didn't.
No.
As a result, the usual suspects, having won the round, get to choose 2 categories for you, trying to trip you up. So, which 2 would you like?
Mythology is always a good one.
Yes, I do too.
May we have mythology, please?
Mythology goes into the final, and I need one more.
Abe Lincoln, definitely.
Are you happy with that?
Yes,
Yeah, we'll have Abe Lincoln as well, please.
And Abe Lincoln goes into the final too. Very well done, usual suspects. You've won the first round. Time to switch you off. We'll see you in round 2. Right, as they can't hear us, we can have a little chat about this. Mythology?
Yeah, that's not great for me, I'm afraid.
Abe Lincoln.
Could be anything, so it might be okay for me.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at the board there and the options that you have. Which 2 will you be choosing first up?
I'm quite into my skiing, so if the Alps was going to be about ski resorts, I'd probably take the Alps. And I like my movies as well, so again, probably Hollywood.
Okay, and 2 you're quite keen to avoid?
Painting and probably the army.
All right. Well, it's only the first round. You still have 2 more to find perfection and choose your own categories for the final. You ready to play on?
Yep.
Then let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds start now. Honolulu is over 20,000 miles from London.
It's a good way away. Don't think it's that far, though. I've flown to Australia, and that's about 15,000. False.
False. Kumquats are a type of fruit.
That's true.
True. Royals was a UK #1 single for Lorde.
True.
True.
True, yeah.
And finally, Richard Curtis directed the film Love Actually.
I have seen Love Actually. Did he direct it? I'm going to say true.
True, and with time to spare, you've answered all 4. How's that?
I think D's actually false, but
Oh, really? So that's what you wavered backwards and forwards
Yeah,
before plumping, immediately second-guessed
the
yourself.
rest I'm pretty confident on.
All right, well, look, let's bring back the usual suspect and see what they have to say.
Yeah.
So these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Chris's answers. Pat, what do you think of these answers?
I don't know about C, so I think he could have perfection.
Jeff?
I think B's wrong. I've got a feeling in Waters, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Chris, the moment of truth. Let's find out how many are correct. Congratulations, Chris, you have achieved perfection. Jeff, you might want to check your waters. Let's go through those in more detail, shall we? Honolulu is over 20,000 miles from London. You said that was false. You thought it was too far, and of course it is false. It is too far. It's about 7,230 miles, about. Kumquats are a type of fruit. We now know that it is, of course, true. They're a very small citrus fruit, like a tiny little orange or satsuma, but quite bitter.
Yeah.
Royals was a UK #1 single for Lorde. You said this was true, and it is, of course, true. And Richard Curtis directed the film Love Actually, and that is absolutely true. Chris, as a result of that perfect performance, you've made winning the prize fund of £7,000 a little easier. Let's see your final board. Currently occupied by 2 subject categories chosen for you by the usual suspects, but because you won round 2, you get to choose the next 2.
I'll have the Alps in there.
The Alps goes in.
Having thought about it, I think I'm going to have distance as well.
Distance goes in to join the Alps, Abe Lincoln and Mythology in the final. Usual suspects, you didn't get a look in there, did you? Maybe you will in round 3. You ready to play the next round?
I am, yep.
Let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds start now. Kiefer Sutherland plays the President in 24.
I've never watched 24, but I know Kiefer Sutherland's in it. I'll say false.
False. 0033 is the dialing code for France from the UK.
0033, that's true, yeah.
True. Jeggings are worn on the legs.
Oh, leggings, jeggings. Yeah, true.
True. And finally, the painter Jackson Pollock is still alive.
Haven't got a clue. True.
True. Good use of time to have a think there. Happy with that?
B, I'm happy with. I'm hoping C's right, leggings and jeggings. And A and D, I'm not too confident on.
Before we reveal exactly how well you've done, let's have a word with the usual suspects. So here are the 4 statements, and next to them are Chris's answers. Pat, what do you think?
I'm not sure. I don't think B is right. And at D, I thought he was dead.
Graham?
I'm just wondering what jeggings are. I haven't got a clue on those, so that's the only one I probably would have answered differently.
All right, so the moment of truth, you need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. How many are correct? Three out of 4. Not bad, but not perfection. And once again, the usual suspects have a chance to steal the round. If you can identify the one answer you need to change, what do you think?
Do you know what jeggings are?
Yes, they
Definitely.
that's definitely
Right.
true.
You
That's
can tell me
right.
later. Right, so we're going to go with D, are we?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think Kiefer Sutherland?
Yes,
Yeah, that's definitely right, yeah.
Right. Yes. D then.
We'll go with D, please, Nick. Can we change that to false, please?
D changes from true to false, leaving A, B and C as answered by Chris. All right, usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. Kiefer Sutherland plays the President in 24. True or false? Yes, it's false. He plays Jack Bauer, the counter-terrorism agent. 0033 is the dialing code for France from the UK. Is that true or false? Yes, that's true. Jeggings are worn on the legs. Is that true or false? True. Graham trying to convince us he's never worn a pair. The painter Jackson Pollock is still alive. True or false? It's false. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. In fact, he died in 1956. For your information, Graham, jeggings are leggings that look like jeans.
Oh.
That's a jegging. Chris, the usual suspects have succeeded where you failed and they've stolen the round. You now have the chance to make Chris's opportunities of winning the prize fund that much harder. Let's see the final board. It's a kind of 50-50 board at the moment, 2-all in terms of subject categories chosen. But because you won the final round, usual suspects, you get to choose the last 2. So what would you like to choose?
I'm thinking adjectives.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think,
Yeah.
Pat?
Yes. Fine. Yeah.
Yeah. May we have adjectives, please?
You may. Adjectives goes into the final.
States?
Bottles?
States is quite hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or bottles. Or
Yeah, but on bottles, that'd be quite hard, wouldn't it?
Yeah. OK, we'll
What
go
do
with
you
bottles,
think?
please.
Bottles goes into the final. We now know our 6 final categories. They are mythology, Abe Lincoln, the Alps, distance, adjectives, and bottles. Very well played, usual suspects. Time to switch you off, but we'll see you later. Adjectives
Again, it could be anything, couldn't it? But hopefully it'll be an OK question for me.
and bottles. It depends a lot, doesn't it?
It just depends.
Well, to be
yeah.
honest, look, you've chosen 2 of them. You've got to be in with a chance, haven't
Yep.
you? Chris, for £7,000, it's time to play the final. Chris, this is the all-important final. If you can achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £7,000. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Very nice, yeah.
If you fail, though, you'll be leaving with nothing, which would be great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £8,000 on the next game. Let's play the final round. Chris, here are your final 6 categories. You must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £7,000. Think carefully. There is no time limit, but once you've given an answer, your first answer, it's locked in. You ready?
Yep.
Let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. Mythology. Sisyphus is a character from Greek mythology.
This sounds like it could be Greek, but I've never heard of it. I'm going to say false.
False. Abe Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was expelled from Harvard.
I'm not sure I don't even know if he went to Harvard or not. I'm going to say false.
False. The Alps. Kitzbühel is a winter sports venue in Austria.
That's true.
True. Distance. A nautical mile is 1,852 metres long.
That just seems too long for me, that. I'm going to say false.
False. Adjectives. The word apian relates to monkeys.
Apian, does it sound like it relates to monkeys? I don't think, just doesn't sound like it relates to monkeys, that, so I'm going to say false.
False. And finally, bottles. A Balthazar is a large bottle of wine.
Never heard of Balthazar. Would it be a large bottle of wine? I don't know. So I'm going to say true.
True, and with that, you've answered all 6 statements, and those answers are locked in. Remember, if you've made one single mistake, you leave with nothing. So which ones are you worried about?
A to F now. I'm pretty confident with C. D, I just think 1,852 metres seems a long way to be a mile, and the rest,
It's a bit of a tough board.
yeah, who knows? It's a bit tough board, like you say.
All right, let's bring back the usual suspects and see what they have to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Chris's answers. Chris, your answers are locked in. You can't change them by yourself. But if you think you might have made a mistake, you can unlock the board with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Usual suspects, I'm now going to ask you to tell me how well you think Chris has done, if you want to help, and if you do, how much it will cost. Chris, who would you like to hear from first?
I'll go right to left, please, Nick. So let's hear from Graham first.
How do you think you've done?
I'm really confident on 4.
Yeah, that's the trouble. I'm not confident on 2. I think you got 2 wrong, but I'm not confident in my decisions. So for that, I'm afraid I can't really take the risk.
So is it a yes or a no?
It's a no.
No from Graham there. He's ruled himself out.
Okay. Pat?
Yeah, Chris, I'm not sure on a couple of them, so I'm going to rule myself out as well.
And Jeff?
Sorry, mate, yeah, it's a definite no-no from me. I think we've probably stitched you up on these questions.
Yeah, thanks. That's helpful.
Yes, you have. Great play there, the way you chose things that you couldn't come down and join in. OK, Chris, none of the usual suspects are willing to help, so you're on your own. £7,000 at stake, 6 answers away. Let's find out if you have achieved perfection. Right, where should we start? Actually, just before we do, I'm interested to know, Graham said that there were 2 and he was worried that they would be the same 2 and your info might overlap. Which were the 2 that you were worried about, Graham?
I know a bit about Greek mythology, but I can't say that I'm certain on that one.
A, so A's one of the ones that was worrying you. And the other one?
And the nautical mile.
A and D are the ones that he thinks you might have made a mistake on. Let's start with B then, as he's mentioned A. Abraham Lincoln was expelled from Harvard. You said this was false. You weren't even sure that he went to Harvard. We're hoping this turns red for you to get you off to a good start. True or false? False. Very well done. Not only did he not go to Harvard, he never went to university at all.
Oh, right, OK.
So that's a great start. Kitzbühel is a winter sports venue in Austria. You're not in any doubt about this at all, are you?
Yeah, I know that's true.
You know that's true, so we expect this to turn green. Is it true or false? Yeah, it's true. Very well done. Let's hop over Graham's other one here, D, and then go on to E. The word apian relates to monkeys. You said it didn't sound right, so you went with false. Now, if this turns red, you're halfway to the £7,000 on your own. The word apian relates to monkeys. Is that true or false? Yes, it is false. Very well done. Actually relates to bees.
Halfway there.
With only 3 to go, we'll go on to F. A Balthazar is a large bottle of wine. You said that you thought this was true. You need this to turn green. Is it true or false? It's true. Look at Graham's face. It holds the equivalent of 16 standard bottles. So it's a very, very big bottle of wine.
Yeah, I definitely knew that.
Yeah. So now we've got just these two, the two that Graham was worried about, and he thought, well, what if your knowledge overlaps with his? Of course, he may well be wrong, and you've actually done this on your own. So let's find out whether Graham should have come down or you should have talked him into it. Let's have a look at this top one. Sisyphus is a character from Greek mythology. You thought this was false. You hadn't heard of Sisyphus. Graham thought it would be true. So if he'd have come down, he'd have talked you around on this one. He's not certain, but it's one of the ones that he would have talked to you about changing. You need this to turn red. Is it true or false? It's true. It's true, I'm afraid. Chris, that means that you haven't achieved perfection and you cannot go home with the money. Let's talk about D, shall we? A nautical mile is 1,852 metres long. You thought that was a little too long. Graham thought that that might be the other one that needed changing. If this turns red, you're 5 for 6 in your final round. If it turns green, Graham's missed out on another opportunity to win a lot of money. A nautical mile is 1,852 metres long. Is that true or false? It's true, Graham.
Yeah, I know. Have you seen a grown man cry?
They might do in a minute with me.
Well, in a way, Graham, it's good news for you in as much as the prize fund rolls over to the next game, where one of you could be playing for a total of £8,000. Chris, I'm afraid you failed to achieve perfection, which means you go home with nothing other than our thanks for playing the game. I hope you enjoy playing.
Yeah, it's been brilliant.
Yeah,
Really good.
Thank you. Let's hear it for Chris, everybody. He played such a good game. Well, it's now time to meet the next usual suspects hoping to play perfection today. New usual suspect, please introduce yourself.
Hiya, my name's Kathy. I'm from London and I'm a retired medical secretary.
Welcome, Kathy, and best of luck to all of you as we now find out which one of you has been randomly selected to play perfection. Jeff, it's you. Please come down and join me. Jeff, welcome to the game. Let's find out a little bit more about you. Fireman.
Yep, that's right.
Do you know what? I think we all are big fans of firemen and the work that you do and the risks you put yourself in to help others. Don't you think, ladies and gentlemen, it's a fantastic thing that firemen do? Jeff, it's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates. They're now very definitely your enemies. Here's the good news. Nobody's won the last 7 games, so the prize fund currently stands at £8,000. What would you do with £8,000? What will you be doing with £8,000 when you win it?
I'd love to take my mum and dad on holiday. My dad really wants to go to New York.
Fantastic. All right, 3 rounds and a final to come. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now so you can't see or hear anything. Jeff, when they're like this, you can talk through your answers without giving away any vital knowledge, OK?
OK, yeah.
Ready to get started?
Yeah, let's have it.
Then let's play perfection. Round 1, your 45 seconds start now. The River Severn is over 500 miles long.
I'd say that's false.
False. The pine marten is a mammal native to the UK.
I'd say that is false too.
False. Eclairs are typically made with choux pastry.
My mum would say no this. False.
False. And finally, Mahatma Gandhi was 38 when he died.
False.
False. And with time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements. Could have done with your mum here.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. She loves a bit of chocolate, so yeah.
Other than that, reasonable round, you think?
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
You don't want to commit yourself too early? All right. Before we reveal how well you've done, it's time to bring back the usual suspects. So here are the 4 statements, and next to them are Jeff's answers. Graham, has he achieved perfection?
No, I think there's 2 wrong, B and C.
Kathy, welcome to the show. Can you find anything wrong with those answers?
Well, I was going to say the same, B and C. I'm sure he's definitely got it wrong.
All right, Jeff, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Yeah, 2 out of 4 isn't perfection, and it means the usual suspects can steal the round. All they have to do is work out which 2 answers to change. So off you go.
I think it's B and
B
C.
and C.
Are you happy with that?
Yes, definitely. Definitely B and C.
We'd like to change B and C, please, Nick.
OK, B changes from false to true, C changes from false to true, and A and D remain as answered by Jeff. All right, usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. The River Severn is over 500 miles long. True or false? Yeah, it's false. Far too long. It's between 180 and 220 miles. The pine marten is a mammal native to the UK. True or false? Yes, it's true. Mostly found in Scotland. Eclairs are typically made with choux pastry, true or false? Yep, absolutely true. And Mahatma Gandhi was 38 when he died, true or false? False. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. And just to clear that up, Mahatma Gandhi was 78 when he died. So, very well done, usual suspects. As a result of winning that round, you can make things a lot tougher in the final for Jeff. Let's have a look at your final board. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories. Here are your final round category options, starting with girl bands and then going on through Money, New York City and on to Dan Brown with many more in between. Because the usual suspects stole the round from you, they get to choose 2 categories, hoping to make the final harder for you to win. So which 2 would you like?
I think Dan Brown would be a
Dan
good
Brown,
one.
yes.
I'd have chosen Queen because I think that's not probably his era. It's a bit young for
No,
Queen.
but it might be the Queen.
What about
Again, you
Thor?
probably wouldn't know.
Well, Dan Brown.
Dan Brown, you've agreed on. Dan Brown goes into the final.
Yep.
What about Queen?
I'm not.
I think that's
no.
one he might pick, to be
I
honest.
think so.
So I'll go with you on Thor, because you just said Thor earlier, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, so we will have Thor, please.
All right, Thor goes into the final. Well done, usual suspects. You won the first round. Time to switch you off. We'll see you in round 2. Dan Brown?
Nah.
Nah. Thor?
Nah.
Let's talk about your likes and dislikes, shall we? Pick 2 that you'll be choosing when you get the opportunity.
Definitely TV sitcoms. And well, it's got to be girl bands. I mean, I don't like girl bands, but I like my pop, so yeah, I say girl
All right,
bands.
and the 2 that you'd least like to be chosen for you?
Royalty, without a shadow of a doubt, and it's got to be the Clyde. Yeah.
All right, ready for the next round?
Yeah.
All right, let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds start now. Croupiers typically work in casinos.
That is definitely true. Yep.
True. There are 18 countries in South America.
What a question. False.
False. The 2013 film Frozen is based on a true story.
Oh, I think I saw this as well. I'm going to go true with that one.
True. And finally, the explorer Captain Cook was executed for treason.
I'm going to say true again, yeah.
True. And with that, you've answered all 4 statements. Any better?
I know the 2 that time. Well, 3, sorry, that time, I think. Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's bring back the usual suspects and see what they have to say. Right, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Jeff's answers. Pat, what do you think of these answers?
I think D may be wrong.
Kathy, can you see anything wrong with these answers?
That's exactly what I was going to say. C, I'm not sure about, but D, I definitely think is wrong.
Jeff, at the moment of truth, you need to have answered all 4 perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Consistent?
Yeah, it's what I'm going for.
Yeah. Unfortunately, consistently just under par at the moment, and as a result, the usual suspects have a chance to steal the round if they can identify the 2 answers they need to change. So, which is it going to be?
C is a sort of fairy tale type cartoon, so that one is definitely wrong. So we need to change
I was
that.
thinking that was wrong.
Yeah, can we change C to false, please?
Yeah, C changes from true to false, and
And we're all in agreement with D. Can we change that to false, please?
D changes from true to false, leaving A and B as answered by Jeff. Usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. Croupiers typically work in casinos. Is that true or false? Yep, that's true. There are 18 countries in South America. Is that true or false? Yes, it's false, in actual fact. There are, in fact, 12 countries in South America. The 2013 film Frozen is based on a true story. True or false? Yeah, that's false, in actual fact. It's loosely based on The Snow Queen by Hans Christian Andersen. And the explorer Captain Cook was executed for treason. True or false? It's false. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection again. He was killed by the people of Hawaii in 1779. They're a bit more welcoming these days. Jeff, the usual suspects have succeeded where you failed and they've stolen the round. You now have the opportunity to make Jeff's chances of winning the prize for under £8,000 a good deal harder. Let's see the final board. 2 subject categories on there chosen by you, and because you won the second round as well, you get to choose the next 2 usual suspects.
I've been thinking about what you said about Queen, and thinking about it, I think
I
that
don't
might
think-
be a good one.
I don't even know anything about royalty either.
No, no.
But,
Are
you know,
you
that's-
okay with that one,
you know.
Pat?
Yes, fine. Yeah.
May we have Queen, please?
Queen goes into the final, and one more.
I would have said either royalty or TV sitcoms, but if I'm overruled, so be
You
it.
choose. You choose.
TV sitcoms, please, Nick.
TV sitcoms goes into the final. Congratulations, Usual Suspects. You've won the second round. It's time to switch you off. We'll see you in round 3. You wanted TV sitcoms, so they've done you a favour there.
Yeah.
Queen.
And again, my mum loves Queen. Not sure if I'm going to know the answer, but I've heard it growing up, so
Well,
yeah.
there you go. So you're in with a chance
Yeah,
there, aren't you?
half a
They've done you a favour. So all you have to do now is get perfection in round 3, and you'll be choosing 2 more. You'll have a board that's pretty much 4 of the choices that you'd have liked.
Yeah.
Let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds starts now. Billie Jean is a song on the album Thriller.
Yeah, that's got to be true.
True. Bradley Wiggins has won 10 Olympic gold medals.
False.
False. Richard Branson has been knighted.
Yeah, true.
True. And finally, Helmut Kohl scored in the 1966 Football World Cup final.
False.
False. And with loads of time to spare, you've answered all 4. Looks happier about that.
Yeah, yeah. A lot more confident, actually, yeah.
In with a chance.
Probably 3 out of 4, if I'm honest. The bottom one, D, just right over my head. Yeah.
All right, before we reveal how well you've done, time to bring back the usual suspects. So here are the 4 statements, and next to them are Jeff's answers. Pat, what do you make of them?
I think he's got perfection.
Interesting. Graham?
I think he's got one wrong,
And
but
which...
I could look rather silly, but I think...
Oh, let's go for it, Graham.
Yeah, I've done it already today. So, Richard Branson, I think, has not been knighted.
Has not been knighted. OK, Jeff, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 perfectly. Let's see how many are correct. Congratulations, Jeff. You have achieved perfection. Yeah, really well done. Let's go through them, shall we? Billie Jean is a song on the album Thriller. You said true, and of course it is absolutely true. Bradley Wiggins has won 10 Olympic gold medals. You said this was false, and it is false. He's very, very good, and he has won 4, but 10 is far too much. Richard Branson has been knighted, and that is absolutely true. I think what Graham was trying to say, Richard, was congratulations on your knighthood.
That's it.
And Helmut Kohl scored in the 1966 Football World Cup final. You said false, and of course it is false. Helmut Kohl was a Chancellor of Germany. Jeff, as a result of that perfect performance, you've made winning the prize fund a little easier. Let's have a look at your final board. First 4 categories chosen for you by the usual suspects. But now, because you won round 3, you get to choose the next 2. So what's it going to be?
Embarrassing, I want to go with girl bands.
Girl bands goes into the final.
Yeah, and I think I want to go with golf, yeah.
And golf makes it in. We now know our 6 final categories. They are Dan Brown, Thor, Queen, TV sitcoms, girl bands, and golf. Well, he won the last one. He's fighting back, usual suspects. We'll see you a little bit later on. Jeff, for £8,000, it's time to play the final. Jeff, this is the all-important final. If you could achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £8,000. If you fail, unfortunately, you'll be leaving with nothing, which will be great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £9,000 on the next game. So, let's play the final round. Jeff, here are your final 6 categories. Now, you must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £8,000. Think carefully. There is no time limit, but once you've given an answer, your first answer, it will be locked in.
Hey, yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, let's have it.
Let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. Dan Brown. Digital Fortress is a book by Dan Brown.
Okay. My mum reads Dan Brown books, and this just rings a bell, so I think this is definitely true. Yeah.
True. Thor. Mjolnir is the name of Thor's hammer.
Mjolnir is the name of Thor's hammer. No, I don't like that name. I'm going to go with false.
False. Queen. Queen have had 16 UK #1 singles.
Okay, I'm going to say that one. I'm gonna say that's false.
False.
Yeah.
TV sitcoms. The Brockman family featured in Outnumbered.
Brockman family featured in Outnumbered. I'm gonna say that's false as well, yeah.
False. Girl bands. Nicole Scherzinger was a member of the Pussycat Dolls.
Happy Days, yeah, I know that. That's definitely true.
True. Golf. Nick Faldo has won the Open Championship 3 times.
My dad loves golf, and I actually think he's only won it once. So I'm gonna go that is false.
False. And with that, you've answered all 6 statements, and those answers are locked in. Now, remember, if you make a single mistake, you leave with nothing. So which ones are you worried about?
B and D.
B and D are the ones that are worrying you. Yeah. All right, let's bring back the usual suspects and see what they have to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Jeff's answers. Jeff, your answers are now locked in, and you can't change them by yourself. But if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock the board with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. So, Jeff, who would you like to hear from first?
Okay, I'd like to hear from Pat first.
How do you think you've done, Jeff?
I feel I've got 5 definitely right, and 1 I'm unsure of.
Well, I know you've got 1 wrong, so I would come down for 4,000.
There you go. There's an offer from Pat to come down and join you and help out for 4,000 of your £8,000 prize fund. Would you like to hear from someone else?
Yeah, Graham.
I definitely know you have got 1 as wrong as it can be. And I would offer to come down, but I would want 5.
Graham would want £5,000 of your £8,000 prize fund to come down and help you out because he thinks you got 1 wrong.
Graham, would you not meet me halfway?
It's my 7th game, so I've got to think a bit carefully about this.
This is it, mate, yeah. You know, it makes sense.
Yeah, I'll go halfway.
£4,000.
Yeah, I'll accept that.
You accepted that? So you don't want to hear from anybody else? That's it? You're happy to accept that, are you?
Yep, definitely.
OK, Graham, negotiations are complete for £4,000 of the £8,000 prize fund. Please come and join us. OK, Jeff, you've asked Graham for help. If you achieve perfection, it will cost you £4,000 of your potential prize fund of £8,000. Graham, you've now forfeited your chance to play in the next game. This is your only shot at winning perfection. Have you made the right decision? I think we're about to find out. Here are the final round statements. You can change any or all of them. Graham, which answers do you want Jeff to change? I suppose the big question straight away is, were you bluffing?
No.
You think there is a mistake?
There is definitely 1 mistake up there.
All right, well, look, the board's open. You need to have a chat through and decide what's going on.
Right, Digital Fortress, true.
Yeah, that's what I definitely
Yes.
put that.
Yeah.
I thought B was a bit of a tongue twister to say.
No,
kind of like-
Mjolnir is Thor's hammer.
Oh, it is?
Definitely,
okay.
yes.
Right, okay. Well, I'm going to go with that one then.
Yeah, Queen, they've had a lot of number 1s, but I don't think it's
Yeah,
16.
that's what I thought.
Scherzinger is definitely a member
Yeah.
of the Pussycats, or was, yeah. Faldo, that's where I'm relying on you.
But, yeah.
You chose that subject.
It's hard 'cause I've got a feeling, I can remember being young and I'm obviously young, but 96, kind of that roughly time, I remember him winning it, 95, 96. And,
I think he might have won it twice, but I don't think he's won it 3 times.
no.
Brockman family, I have watched it, and that's another one I'm relying on you for.
Okay.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
So that's the only one I would change is Thor's hammer.
Yeah, okay. We'll do it, Nick.
B, you want to change that
Yeah, definitely.
from false to true? Now, before I close up the rest of the board, you sure there's nothing else you want to change?
Yeah, we'll go with that, Nick.
You lock them all in?
Yeah. All right, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, lock the rest of the answers in as they are, please. So, £8,000 at stake, £4,000 to Jeff, £4,000 to Graham, 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. Right, let's have a look and start. I'll tell you what, let's deal with the thing straight away. Was it right to get Graham to come down and join you? Was it a good idea or a bad idea? We can start straight away with B. Mjolnir is the name of Thor's hammer. You said this was true. We're hoping or we know this is going to turn green?
We know.
We know. All right, we know this is going to turn green, which should get you off to a good start. Is it true or false? It is true. Very well done. Well, that's good. I was interested to know, actually, when you came down. I thought you might be bluffing because you've had a couple of opportunities in the past to come down, 2 opportunities to come down, and when you've known the 2 that you needed to change. How much were you driven by the fact that you only had 1 more game to play to come and join in?
Very.
Were you?
Yeah.
So are you worried about the rest of the board? Are you confident about the rest of the board?
Still, it's the Brockman one, D, which you'll
Yeah.
probably leave till last now.
All right, let's go to the top and start and make our way down. A Digital Fortress is a book by Dan Brown. Jeff thought this was true. He thinks his mum's keen Dan Brown reader, and you think you've seen it lying around the house.
Yeah, definitely.
Graham's happy with that. So, true or false? True, very good. 2 out of 2. C, Queen have had 16 UK #1 singles. Jeff thought that was too many. Graham was happy and agreed with that. So he said false. We need this to turn red for you. If it does, you're halfway to the prize fund of £8,000. Queen have had 16 UK #1 singles. Is that true or false? It was false. They've actually had 6. Now, you think I'm going to hop over this one, the Brockman family, because you're worried about it. And you'd be absolutely right. Let's do E. Nicole Scherzinger was a member of the Pussycat Dolls. Jeff has taken a keen interest in this particular band and indeed in Nicole Scherzinger over the years. Graham, your passing interest?
I love their clothes. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
She wears jeggings.
Yeah.
So she wears jeggings?
Yeah, she wears jeggings.
So, we've said true on that one, and we're hoping it's going to turn green for you, or we know it's going to turn green?
We know.
We know it's going to turn green. OK, which should get you to 4 out of 6. Nicole Scherzinger was a member of the Pussycat Dolls. True or false? True. 4 out of 6. Well, this is good, isn't it? So Nick Faldo has won the Open Championship 3 times. Jeff, you said this was false. Graham agreed with you. He thought it might have been 2. Jeff, you thought it might have been 1. Either way, both of you didn't think it was 3 times. If this is false, we come to the one that you're worried about, the Brockman family featured in Outnumbered. So let's deal with this one first, shall we? Nick Faldo has won the Open Championship 3 times. You said false. You need this to turn red to put you just 1 away from the prize fund of £8,000. Is it true or is it false? It's true. It's true, I'm afraid, and it was one of the subject categories you chose for yourself as well. It's a toughie, that one. Well, that's tough. It means you haven't achieved perfection and you won't be going home with the money. Was that the one that you knew, Pat?
No, it's D that I know that's wrong.
Oh, you know that's wrong?
Yes.
Does that make you feel better that there might be another one wrong?
I'm ecstatic now.
that you've both chosen a category that's tripped yourselves up. That's interesting. Well, let's go back to it and check it out, shall we? The Brockman family featured in Outnumbered. Jeff, you thought it was false. Graham was happy to leave it all that, although, to be fair, it could have gone either way. You weren't sure on this one. Pat thinks that it's true. Is it true or false? Yeah, it is true. So in the end, actually, it was 2 subject categories that were wrong in terms of what you chose. Tough for you guys, but great news for the usual suspects because the prize fund rolls over to the next game, where one of you could be playing for a total of £9,000. Listen, well played, guys. You played a great game between you. It wasn't quite good enough, and you failed to achieve perfection, but you do go home with our thanks for playing such a good game and being so entertaining. Let's hear it for them, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's all we have time for. Please join us next time when our usual suspects have the chance to play again, this time for £9,000. But remember, on this show, we only pay for perfection. Goodbye.